What? Got it. So before we start this Vibhaṅga, I think we need to introduce about Vibhaṅga. So there are also many sutta with the name of Vibhaṅga. Sutta in Nikaya, also Majjhima Nikaya, we have 8 sutta there. Many sutta with the name of Vibhaṅga, like Chula Kama Vibhaṅga, Mahakama Vibhaṅga, Salayana Vibhaṅga, Dhatu Vibhaṅga, Sajja Vibhaṅga, Dakkhina Vibhaṅga, and so on. There are many sutta with the name of Vibhaṅga. Sayadaw Nikaya also, there are some the sutta with the name of Vibhaṅga. But here in Abhidhamma, we use Vibhaṅga. When we use Vibhaṅga, Vibhaṅga, the Piṭaka, there are many uses, many synonyms of the Vibhaṅga, like Nidesa, Vaitara, Vibhaṅgapāḷi, all these synonyms. See, Vibhaṅga, Nidesa, Vaitara, Vibhaṅgapāḷi. The Buddha himself also, the Buddha referred himself to Vibhaṅga Vādi. The teachers of the Buddhas, all the teachers of the Buddhas are called Vibhaṅga, Vibhaṅgavāda. Have you ever heard about Vibhaṅgavāda?
So Sayadaw, this is my first time to hear this.
Vibhaṅgavāda. Vibhaṅgavāda. Yeah, you see, the Buddha, we call the Buddha as Vibhaṅga. Vibhaṅga. Vādi. Vibhaṅgavādi. Vibhaṅgavāda. Analytical teaching. So all the Buddha's teaching to be analyzed. At the Majjhima Panasa, the Subha Sutta, the Buddha used the word Vibhaṅgavāda. Where someone asked the Buddha about something, the Buddha did not say exactly. He said, I'm Vibhaṅgavāda. So I'm not Ekasavāda. So Ekasavāda. 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 So now Ekasavāda. Ekasa means say exactly. The Buddha never said all the things exactly. Sometimes you see something has 2 meanings. Sometimes has only 1 meaning. Sometimes has 2 meanings. Where, for example, someone said in Buddha's time, only lay people can attain the Four Truth. The monks cannot attain the Four Truth. They said like that. But the Buddha said, I don't say the exact words. I am analyst, the Buddha said. He said himself as analyst. So whether the lay people, whether the monks can attain the Four Truth, he said. But the other said, the Four Noble Truths can be realized by lay people only because lay people are very active, work very hard. The monks are not very active like a lay people. The monks are not working hard like lay people. That's why they say only the lay people can attain the Four Noble Truths. But for the Buddha said, the one who has right views will attain the Four Noble Truths. The one who has wrong views will not attain the Four Noble Truths. In this case, the Buddha used vibhaṅga vada. That's why he said to himself as vibhaṅga vada. So we are vibhaṅga vadi. So the Buddha's teaching, Buddhism can be called vibhaṅga vada. Vibhaṅga vada. So vibhaṅga, the word vibhaṅga, vibhaṅga, these two words are similar. See, these two words. So Vinaya, we use bhikkhu matika, bhikkhuni matika. So the Vinaya Sikkhapada, the short Vinaya Sikkhapadas are called matika. But those matika again analyzed. It is called suttantabhājanīyaṃ, or sometimes it is called vibhaṅga, bhikkhu vibhaṅga, bhikkhuni vibhaṅga. Bhikkhu matika, bhikkhuni matika. Matika is used with vibhaṅga here. Matika means summary, contact, matika. Matika is vibhaṅga. Matika. Matika, vibhaṅga, here, vibhaṅga. Matika summary. Vibhaṅga, the detailed explanation. Or here, analysis. So the analysis is here vibhaṅga. So matika is vibhaṅga. Sometimes vibhaṅga is used with the word matika. Matika vibhaṅga. Sometimes instead of vibhaṅga, in some cases, we use udesa, like a udesa nidesa, pachudesa, pacha nidesa. Actually, summary detailed. Summary, the udesa summary, nidesa detail. A Dhammasangani, as you have learned, Dhammasangani, Paso, Vedana, Sanya, Jirana, these are called udesa. So what is Pasa? Okay, Pasa is further explained. It is called Nidesa. Udesa, Nidesa. Abhidhamma also, maybe you have learned Abhidhamma, the 73 knowledges, the enumeration of the knowledges are called udesa. The explanation of those are called nidesa. So udesa, nidesa. Is this vibhaṅga? So there are 80 chapters. So we have Jnana Vibhaṅga, Sikkhapada Vibhaṅga. These two vibhaṅga. Hello, you hear me? Hello?
Yes, Sayadaw.
Oh, yes. You are very quiet. So the Jnana Vibhaṅga, the Sikkhapada Vibhaṅga, it is used udesa and nidesa. Instead of Suttanta method, Abhidhamma method, the Panya Pojka method, instead of using those, it is used udesa and nidesa. But nidesa vibhaṅga, these two are the same. But in some places, it is used as vibhaṅga. In some places, it is used as the nidesa. But it is very vibhaṅga, the treatise, the Jnana Vibhaṅga, Sikkhapada Vibhaṅga, these two vibhaṅga using Udesa and Nidesa. Sometimes, you know, instead of using vibhaṅga, we use Vitara. Sankhipa Vitara. Have you ever heard Sankhipa Vitara? Sankhipa summary.
Yeah.
Vitara detail. So we use Sankhipa Vitara. Sankhipa we don't use with the vibhaṅga. But Madhika vibhaṅga we use. Madhika vibhaṅga. Odessa sometimes we use with vibhaṅga. Because the Upripanasa, there is one sutta named Udesa Vibhaṅga Sutta. So Udesa Vibhaṅga, a Majjhima Nikaya, you can see there Udesa and Vibhaṅga. So Udesa Vibhaṅga. The Vinaya, you can see Madhika Vibhaṅga. Madhika is used with vibhaṅga. Yeah, Madhika vibhaṅga. You have Odesa vibhaṅga. Odesa vibhaṅga. So you can see Odesa vibhaṅga. Odesa Madhika the same. As Sankhipa, we use Sankhipa in the case of Vitara. Where we use Vitara, we use with Sankhipa. Sankhipa Vitara. So Sankhipa is used with Vitara. Or sometimes we use the Sakhita. You can see in some places Sakhita. Sakhita. Sakhita and Vitara. Sakhita means brief. Vitara means detailed. Sakhita Vitara or Sankhipa Vitara. But we don't use Sankhipa vibhaṅga. We don't use Sakhita vibhaṅga. When we use Sankhipa, Sakhita we use with Vitara. Sankhipa Vitara. So every year we use Vibhaṅgapāḷi. Madhika Vibhaṅgapāḷi. Vibhaṅgapāḷi can be found in many places and there. Vibhaṅgapāḷi. Madhika Vibhaṅgapāḷi. Madhika vibhaṅga. In some places, Madhika vibhaṅga. Bhikkhu vibhaṅga, bhikkhuni vibhaṅga. Bhikkhu Madhika, bhikkhuni Madhika we say. Madhika, bhikkhu Madhika, bhikkhuni Madhika. Bhikkhu vibhaṅga, bhikkhuni vibhaṅga. We use with vibhaṅga there. Madhika, the Vinaya, we use Madhika Vibhaṅgapāḷi. So Parajika Khanda, when you go to Parajika Khanda, you will see there Madhika Vibhaṅgapāḷi. About Dhammasagani, Dhammasagani, we have Madhika Vibhaṅgapāḷi. They say Odesa or Nidesa. We use Odesa, Nidesa. Athakata said Odesa, Nidesa. So Paso Hodi, Virena Hodi, that is Odesa. Kadamo Paso, Tata Kadamo Paso, that is the Nidesa. Odesa, Nidesa. But we also use Vibhaṅgapāḷi. Odesa, Madhika Vibhaṅgapāḷi. You can see the parallel here. 3 here, Madhika vibhaṅga or Madhika Vibhaṅgapāḷi. Odesa vibhaṅga. Odesa vibhaṅga. Odesa vibhaṅga. Odesa Nidesa. Nidesa. Odesa Nidesa. This Sankhipa Vitara. Sakhita Vitara. So if you learn, if you study the Buddha's teaching, you will see all these names, how they are relevant here. So Madhika Vibhaṅga, Matika, Pidapajani. Odessa, Vibhaṅga, Odessa, Nedesa. Odessa, Nedesa, you can see in many places. Hetu Pajo, Ramna Pajo, the enumerations are called Odessa. So, Hetu Pajo, the Hetu, Sampyatagana, Damana, Tasmotanana, Jarupana, Hetu Pajana Pajo, that is Nedesa. So, Odessa, Nedesas are used together. Odessa, Vibhaṅga also used together. So, Odessa, Vibhaṅga Sutta we had there. The Bhaddekara Sutta also we have Odessa, Vibhaṅga. So, Odessa and Vibhaṅga. This Sankhepa Vaitara. When we use Vaitara instead of Vibhaṅga, the opposite meaning of Vaitara is Sankhepa or Saketa. That means brief. Sankhepa, Saketa. So what is Vibhaṅga here? We learn Vibhaṅga. Vibhaṅga. So among the Vibhaṅga Sutta, a Suttanta, we have Vibhaṅga, many Sutta with the name of Vibhaṅga. But here we have Vibhaṅga. So among all these Vibhaṅga, this is the largest Vibhaṅga, a Buddha's teaching. Actually, this Vibhaṅga analyzes Dhammasangani. So Dhammasangani can be called Madhika. This Vibhaṅga can be has to be called Vibhaṅga. This Vibhaṅga will explain or will analyze Dhammasangani. So if you use Dhammasangani, you have Madhika there. You see, Kusala Dhamma, Akusala Dhamma, Abhyagata Dhamma, the Dhammasangani. They're all Dhammasangani. So this Vibhaṅga will analyze that Dhammasangani again. That's why this Vibhaṅga we can say the Vibhaṅga of Dhammasangani. Dhammasangani is we say the Madhika. Vibhaṅga is Vibhaṅga. So Madhika is Vibhaṅga. The analytical teaching of the Dhammasangani, we can say here. So Odessa, Saketa, sometimes we say Sangha. Sangha means brief explanation. Now Dhammasangani compared to Vibhaṅga, vibhaṅgapāḷi, it is brief. Vibhaṅgapāḻi explain again Dhammasangani. So this Vibhaṅgapāḻi can be called Vibhaṅga, can also be called Vaitara, can also be called Nedesa. So the Vibhaṅga or Dhammasangani, the Vaitara or Dhammasangani, the Nedesa or Dhammasangani. So it is called Vibhaṅga because it analyzes Dhammasangani in detail. This is the meaning of Vibhaṅga. So while the Buddha here, Atthagata here. Atthagata did not say. Tika, Tika. This is Tika. This is Mulatika, Khandhavibhaṅga, Mulatika. And then you don't have it. You may have the dispel delusion. Dispel delusion, the translation of the Vibhaṅga Atthagata. Dispel delusion. So it is dispel delusion. You have translation of Atthagata. But here, this Atthagata, Madhika, I don't see Madhika. Siale, what is Matika
yes.
here?
So Sarah, you need to go to the content there.
Here?
No. Left side. Left.
Left side. Here?
No. Left side. In the up. You will see the 3 dash there. 3 dash 9.
3 dash. Here.
You check there. You go.
This one. No.
You will see. I think maybe in the Anya. Diga. There's Diga.
Diga. Yeah.
Yeah, there also.
Diga. Atthakta, here we have, where is Atthakta? Atthakta, this is Atthakta. Number 1 is not mentioned here.
It should be there. And let me check.
Number 1 is not mentioned. Atthakta. We have to do Sajja Tasonato, to do the Dhamma Sangani. That paragraph is not mentioned here.
I think maybe because because you didn't open the number 1 in the Mula. You have to open the number 1 in the Mula first, and then when you have that screen, because on the Mula, on the left, the very left, you have to choose.
No.
I don't know how to say.
You go to Sayadaw, you go to the 3 dash 9.
Go
okay, left.
Go back. No.
Yes, there. So and then you go down to the Abhidhamma, the set. You have to go to the left. Set. Yeah, to Abhidhamma. And then Vibhaṅga. Yes, and then you go down.
Down.
You have to go down. Yes.
This one?
Scroll it up. No, scroll it up. Right now you're opening the whole Vibhaṅga. It's going to take some time to opening the whole Vibhaṅga. Okay, so I guess that's fine. And then
this what yes.
Yeah. And then now you can open. Now you can open. No, don't go there. So click on the arrow. You see the arrow. The that one. Oh no. Because now you're opening the whole Vibhaṅga, so that's why it doesn't have.
Already.
Yes.
No.
So Sayadaw first needs to open the Mula, and after that you can open Atthakta and Diga. But now you directly open the Diga.
This one Diga already. But Atthakta, the Pali, do you see the Pali? To do Sajja Tasonato, to do the Dhamma Sangani?
Yes, we saw the Bali.
Here, not here in my. Oh, here. Come on.
So I can share my screen if you want, because then. Okay. Let's share my screen. Yeah, I'll share my screen.
Is it?
Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. So I'm just gonna share my screen here.
Oh yes, come here. Do you see?
Yes, that's the Atthakta. Yes.
Atthakta, this one.
Okay, yeah.
So we need this one. A translation here, the severe seer of the 4 truths, the fully enlightened one, set for the fourfold Dhamma Sangani. So Dhamma Sangani is divided into 4 divisions. Because here the reason is given Atthakta to do Sajja Taso Nato, to do the Dhamma Sangani, because the Buddha analyzed the 4 noble truths. That's why he analyzed the Dhamma Sangani into 4 divisions for the Dhamma Sangani. As he attained the 4 noble truths, when he analyzed Dhamma Sangani, he analyzed it to 4 divisions here. So why, actually this is the reason given why Vibhaṅga are analyzed into 80 chapters. We want to give the reason here. So here I come to comment for the book which is Vibhaṅga named. It comes immediately next. So Vibhaṅga, he will immediately analyze Vibhaṅga or comment the Vibhaṅga, the Pali. Here the author said, the master possesses of 80 Buddha state. Here we say Upeto Dhamma Buddha Dhammehi. Buddha Dhamma. Buddha Dhamma here. The attributes of the Buddha. Upeto, the adored with the Buddha Dhamma. Atharasa. There are 80 Buddha Dhamma. See? 80 Buddha Dhamma. Upeto Buddha Dhammehi Atharasa Nayako. Nayaka means here guide. The guide of the beings. Guide the beings to Vimoti. Upeto Buddha Dhammehi Atharasa Nayako. So Buddha possesses 80 attributes. So as he is adored with 80 attributes, he analyzed this Vibhaṅga into 80 chapters. He said, Atharasana Khandadi Vibhaṅgana Vasena Yan. So he will comment this Vibhaṅga. This Vibhaṅga is analyzed into 80 chapters because the Buddha is adored with 80 attributes, or Buddha attributes, Buddha's abilities. He said like that. So Dhammasangani is divided into 4 divisions because the Buddha attained Four Noble Truths. Vibhaṅga is analyzed into 80 chapters because the Buddha possessed 80 attributes. Said like that. So here, Purana Karisami Vika Hidwa. Do you need the word-to-word translation?
If Sarah can, it's okay.
So the savior here, Natha here, the translation Natha, the savior, the savior of the beings, pro sasara, Natha. To do saja daso, dasa means see, sikha here. To do dasa, to do saja, Four Noble Truths, 4 truths. The seeker of the 4 truths. The seer, not the seeker, the seer. The seer of the 4 truths. Daso, dasa. Dasa does not mean here 10. Dasa mean one who sees. Yeah, dasa, daso. Jidu saja daso. Nato, yeah, the severe. Jituda Dhammasangani, Jituda, 4 divisions. Jitu 4, Da, here, division, 4 divisions. Pakasidwa Sabudo. Pakasidwa Sabudo, Pakasidwa show, have a show. Sabuddha, the Buddha. The third enlightened one, Sambuddha, Pakasidwa, have a short. Right. Pakasidwa have a show here. Tassewa Samanandra, next to the Samanandra, next to Tassewa here, that. Just that. Tassa ewa. tassa, just. Samanandra, next to Dhammasagni here. That here, Dhammasagni, tassa referring to Dhammasagni, Samanandra, next to, after, Samanandra, after Dhammasagni, Upedo Buddha Dhammehi, Upedo here, he translates Upedo, possess, Upedo adored with Buddha Dhamma, the Buddha state, Dhamma here, qualities, the abilities, the qualities, the attributes of the Buddha Dhamma. Atharasa, 80 Buddha Dhamma. Nayaka me here, guide. Nayaka, this is noun, guide. The guide, you can say the guide, who is adored with 80 Buddha Dhamma. Next to that, then Atharasana 80 Khadadi Vibhaṅgana, Khada Vibhaṅga, Ayarana Vibhaṅga, Dhatu Vibhaṅga, Saja Vibhaṅga, etc. The Khanda Vibhaṅga, etc. The 80 Vibhaṅga, the Khanda Vibhaṅga, etc. The 80 Khanda Vibhaṅga, etc. Wasena, behind. How do you say Wasena? Wasena, behind or with.
Generally, by means of.
By means of Khanda Vibhaṅga, etc. 80 Khanda Vibhaṅga, etc. Okay. Yang Vibhaṅga. Yang is connected to Vibhaṅga, the next Khandha. Yang Vibhaṅga. Which Vibhaṅga? The Vibhaṅga. They see analyzed or taught. Sattva, the Buddha. The Buddha taught Vibhaṅga. They see taught. Sattva, the Buddha. Tassa Savananagamo, the process of command. Command means the process, to say command. One after another command. The process. Savanana. This is the comment. Explanation. The comment, the explanation, the same. Tassa Savananagamo. The comment of Vibhaṅga. Idani Yasma Sampado. This is the time to commit Vibhaṅga. Idani. This time. Yasma, if there is Yasma, there will be Tasma. Yasma is Tasma. Yasma is the reason. Yasma. Such a such, we can say Yasma. Sampado, arrived. Here he translates as comes. Sampado. Porana Taktaya. Porana Takta, the issue Atakta. He depends on issue Atakta. Here Buddha Gosa, Venerable Buddha Gosa, depend on the issue Atakta. He will analyze this Vibhaṅga. Sadame Garavakadwa. So he asked, he asked the student here. Sadame Garavakadwa. Sadame, Sadama referred to Vibhaṅga here. Sadame Vibhaṅga. Garavakadwa, pay respect, pay attention to Vibhaṅga. Tasunata, samahita. Samahita here with samadhi. Sunata, please listen to. Then this is Vibhaṅga. So he urged the student to listen to the Vibhaṅga and pay attention. So Atharasai Nayaka. What is Atharasai Nayaka? So I want to tell you Atharasai Nayaka. You see here, the Pali very small. Now this.
Okay, Sayadaw.
Okay. This paragraph, Itaja. You see this paragraph?
Yes, we can see it, Sayadaw.
Itaja Jadudha Soti Vajana Somna Sewa. No, not this one. Oh, here. Tata Jatari Sajani Pagadaniwa. Concerning the word Jatari Sajani, this one is obvious. Atharasapana Buddha Dhamma, Ewa Viditapa, the 18 attributes of the Buddha should be understood like this here. So, have you learned this one? Adita se Buddha Sabhokwa do Abhidhamma. Have you learned this before? This was the 80 attributes of the Buddha.
No, Sayadaw.
Atharasa Dhamma, really?
No, Sayadaw.
Every day I recite this one every day. Every morning, every evening, I recite this one. Asadharana, we say, the attributes are not common with the other beings, with the other person, common to the Buddha only. Adita se Buddha sa bhagavato apriyadanyana. So Adita se the past, Buddha sa bhagavato, the Buddha or the Buddha. Abhidhamma, the knowledge of the Buddha is not covered by anything concerning the past. So Adita say in the past, Abhidhamma, Jnana, the Buddha wisdom, the Buddha knowledge. Abhidhata, nothing to be, nothing covers, nothing hinders. So the Buddha can see, can know everything in the past. Adita se Buddha sa bhagavato abhidhamma, only the Buddha. Anagata se Buddha sa bhagavato abhidhamma, normal person who attains abhidhamma, can recall their past life, not many, can recall the thing in the past, not much. But the Buddha can recall everything in the past. Anagata say he also can see everything in the future. Vajupana say at present also he can know, he can see everything. So Adita say Buddha sa bhagavato abhidhamma, Anagata say Buddha sa bhagavato abhidhamma, Vajupana say Buddha sa bhagavato abhidhamma. Three kinds of qualities here of the Buddha. Imehiti hidame samnagata sa Buddha sa bhagavato. To the Buddha who is endowed with these three qualities. The Sabba Kaya Kama Jnana Pobe Kama Jnana Nupriwatan. All his Kaya Kama, Sabba Kaya Kama, Jnana Pobe Kama. The knowledge, the wisdom is the foreigner. Jnana Pobe Kama, Jnana Nupriwatan. All his action follow by the Jnana. So whatever the Buddha was to do something, so his jnana comes first. Yeah. Sabha kaya kama, all kaya kama, all body action of the Buddha. Jnana vibhaṅgama. Vibhaṅgama. You are familiar with this word and there. Vibhaṅgama. Come first. The jnana comes first. Vibhaṅgama. Vibhaṅgama. Jnana vibhaṅgama. Foreigners of the jnana. Jnana anuprivada follows by the jnana. Sabha kaya kama, jnana vibhaṅgama, jnana anuprivada. So when we do something, sometimes we don't do with jnana, but the Buddha, whatever he does, he always does with the jnana. Sabha vajikama, jnana vibhaṅgama, jnana anuprivada. Sabha manokama, jnana vibhaṅgama, jnana anuprivada. So this is the qualities, the particular qualities of the Buddha, not common qualities to the others. Only the Buddha here. Sabha kaya kama, jnana vibhaṅgama, jnana anuprivada. Sabha vajikama, jnana vibhaṅgama, jnana anuprivada. Sabha manokama, jnana vibhaṅgama, jnana anuprivada. So altogether 6. Adita se Buddha sa bhagavado abhida jnana, Anagata se Buddha sa bhagavado abhida jnana, Vajjapana se Buddha sa bhagavado abhida jnana. 3 qualities. This sabha kaya kama jnana vibhaṅgama. So imihiti dhammi samnagata sa Buddha sa bhagavado. The Buddha who is a door with these 3 qualities. So here the Buddha. Sabha kaya kama jnana vibhaṅgama jnana anuruddha. His the kaya kama, vachikama, manokama are the foreigner, foreigner, how to say, forgone by the jnana, jnana anuprivada. All these actions are followed by the jnana. So imechai dhammi samnagdasa Buddha sa bhagavado. The Buddha who is a door with these 6 qualities. Nati chandasa hani. Chanda means the sign of wish. The wish of the Buddha here. What kind of wish? The wish to carry out the welfare of others. To carry out the welfare of the beings. Nati hani. Never the hani here, to say hani. Hani. Decrease here. Never decrease, never lose. The Buddha never lose his wisdom to the beings. Nati chandasa hani. So this desire, this wish, bodhisattva life, where he was foretold by the Abhidhamma Buddha. Since that time, his chanda until now never decrease. He never lose his chanda for the beings. So nati chanda sahani, nati chanda sahani, nati dhammadisnaya, nati dhammadisnaya hani. Now dhammadisna. The preaching of the Dhamma. So the Buddha never increased the preaching of the Dhamma. Nati viriya sahani. So hani is missing here. But I got, you see, nati chanda sahani, nati dhammadisnaya hani, nati viriya sahani, nati samadhi sahani, nati panyaya hani, nati vimuktiya hani. So 6 quality here. Nati chandasa hani, nati dhammadisnaya hani, nati viriya sahani, effort. So his effort also never decreased for the beings. Nati viriya sahani. So when he gave Dhamma talk to a particular person, to a person or to many persons, his viriya is the same. So you may hear about this. You see, Viriya, the effort of the Buddha never decreased. He used his effort at the same level. Nati Viriyasa, Nati Samadhisa. His the concentration. The Buddha's concentration is never decreased. Samadhi, his samadhi always. Nati Panya Hani. His Panya here, the Aradapla Panya. Panya always there, the Panya of Buddha. Nati Vimutti Hani, Aradapla Vimoda here. So the Vimoda, the Buddha, you know, where he gave Dhamma talk to the audience, with the audience say sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Between this, he entered Plasamapati. He joined Plasamapati Vimoti. So his Vimoti, Plasamapati Vimoti, never decreased. Nati Vimoti Hani. So this is qualities. Imehi Dwadasahi Damehi Samnagdasa Buddhasa Bhagavado. The Buddha who is adored with these 12 qualities, Nati Dwa. So you can see the meaning of Dwa there. Support, Dwa, play, support. Actually, Dwa means fun. Dwa, fun. So the Buddha never said anything, never do anything for fun. But here is the translated as play. Nati Dwa, whatever the Buddha acts, he never acts for fun. We say sometimes we say for fun, we do sometimes for fun, but for the Buddha, he never does anything for fun. He never say anything for fun. Nati Dwa. Then Nati Rawa. Rawa here song, Rawa crying. But you can see Rawa here. Here, Rawa means Sahasa Kiriya Nati. Sahasa, quickly, rapidly. Kiriya, do it. The Buddha did not do anything quickly without considering anything. Nati Dwa. Here, Nati Dwa. Kipa Dipayena Kiriya. Kipa Dipaya. With attention of fun. To have a fun, the Buddha never does, never say, never does. Nati Rawa, Sahasa means quickly. Yes, Sahasa. Suddenly, oh yes. Sahasa, suddenly, not quickly, suddenly. Kriya Nati. So, Sabba, Gaya Kama, Jnana Pupagama, Jnana Nubrivuddha, the same with that. Nati Rawa here. He never does anything suddenly. Nati Dawa, Nati Rawa. Nati Aputa. Aputa, Jnanena, Apusita. Jnana, with the knowledge, Apusita, not touch. So whatever he does, whatever he does, whatever he acts with the knowledge. He does with the knowledge, with the wisdom. Wisdom, better to say wisdom, is it? Jnanena apusita. Pusita means with, we say here, touching with. Apusita, not touching with. Wisdom. Nati aputa, whatever the Buddha acts, he acts with the wisdom. Nati veghayitata, turita, quickly. Turita, speedy, quick, yeah. Turita. So, where the Buddha think, where the Buddha says, what the Buddha does, he never thinks, he never says, he never does quickly. So knowledge always follow his action. Nati Vigayitata, Nati Abhyavadamano. Yeah. What is Bhyavadamano? Anya Abhyavadamano, Niratako, no benefit. Chitta Samudha Jaro. He what to say here? Nati Abhyavadamano. Nati Abhyavadamano. His mind Abhyavadamano. His mind never thinks to do anything fruitlessly. Niratako. Whatever he thinks for the benefits of others, of oneself, of others. So here, Nirataka, he never thinks a vain, fruitlessly. Nati Abhyavadamano. Nati Abdi Sankhanupekha. Abdi Sankhanupekha. Nati Abdi Sankhanupekha. Anyanupekha. Anyanupekha means the neutral feeling of the Buddha, dissociated from moha delusion. Moha delusion. The Buddha also had neutral feeling. When he has neutral feeling, his neutral feeling is always with the jnana. Not the with ajnana. Yeah, anyanupekha. Anyanupekha nati. There is no upekha with ajnana. His upekha is always with the jnana. This is one of the attributes of the Buddha. So you have 80 attributes of the Buddha here. So I would like you to learn by heart all these, to recite every day in order to develop the attributes of the Buddha. Another way here. So as for me, I always recite these 80 attributes. Wherever I go, I always recite these 80. Adita se Buddha sa Bhagavado Abdiyada Jnana. Anagata se Buddha sa Bhagavado Abdiyada Jnana. Vajubana se Buddha sa Bhagavado Abdiyada Jnana. Imehi dihidame samnagata sa Buddha sa Bhagavado. Sabha kaya kamanyana poba kamanyana nuprivada. Sabha waji kamanyana poba kamanyana nuprivada. Sabha mano kamanyana poba kamanyana nuprivada. Ime cha dame samnada sa Buddha sa Bhagavado. Nati chanda sa hani. The order is not the same. I got Nati chanda sa hani, Nati Viriya sa hani, Nati Dhamma Desanayan hani, Nati Samadhi sa hani, Nati Panyaya hani, Nati Vimudiya hani. Imehi Vadasahi Dame Samnadasa Buddha sa Bhagavado. Nati Dawa, Nati Rawa, Nati Abuddha, Nati Vigayitata, Nati Abhyavadamano, Nati Abdi Sankhanupekha.
Sadhu, Sayadaw.
So these 18, if you remember Attanadiya Sutta. Attanadiya Sutta.
Yes, Sayadaw.
You got by heart?
Oh, no, Sayadaw.
Yes, in Attanadiya Sutta also you can see Upeta Buddha Dhamehi Athara Sahi Nayaka. Every Buddha, all the Buddhas are endorsed with these 80 qualities. In Attanadiya Sutta. But in Attanadiya Sutta, only 7 Buddhas are mentioned. All those Buddha has all these 80 qualities. So when we recite Attanadiya Sutta, we say Upeta Buddha Dhame Atharasai Nayaka Patinsa Lakhanupeta Sitanu Pajanandara. Patinsa 32. The characteristics, the great characteristics of the Buddha. So when you recite Addanadiya Sutta, when you recite Upeta Buddha Dhamme Atharasa Nayaka, you need to consider these 80 attributes. So when I recite Upeta Buddha Dhamme Atharasa Nayaka, I remember these 80 attributes. So you need to learn by heart all these 80 attributes. Then when you recite Addanadiya Sutta, you may develop the attributes of the Buddha. So if you know the meaning, you are happy to recite Parita. If you do not know the meaning, you are not very happy when you are reciting Parita. So you need to know the meaning. You need to know the enumeration of those 80 qualities. So when you know, you say, Upeta Buddha Dhammehi Athara Sahi Nayaka, because that is plural number, because 7 Buddhas are there. As the Buddhas are 7, the number also become plural there. Here we have singular number. Upeto Buddha Dhammehi Athara Sahi Nayako refers to only Gautama Buddha here. That's why the singular number is used here instead of plural number. But in Addanadiya Sutta, as there are 7 Buddhas, we use plural number there. Oh, over 8 o'clock already. So I don't see the clock here. Please, next time, please remind me.
Okay, Sayadaw. Thank you, Sayadaw.
Thank you, Sayadaw.
Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
Okay, sadhu, sadhu.
Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Thank you so much, Sayadaw.
Okay,
Thank you
see
so
you.
much, Sayadaw.
See you Wednesday, Sayadaw.
Wednesday, yes, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.